you know, Lacazette hasn't been a threat at all, haven't had any service, so there's no point being that killer striker if you're not going to get service.
I want to give him confidence. I want to give him some opportunities to say, this is what I can do. Passing times, I just think Lacazette has been finding himself with not really any space to make himself get a chance to what Michy Batshuayi's been doing. He hasn't even had anywhere near that type of service.
He certainly hasn't had the service. Robert Pires, former Arsenal player, was saying how difficult a transition it will be for him. It took Pires a few months to settle in. How much of a transition? You know the French League well.
Yeah, the biggest worry is that you don't get time to wait for players anymore. Modern game doesn't wait. You could argue the same case for Thierry Henry. You know, Robert Pires came, it took him a year to settle in. The modern game doesn't allow you to have 3 months off. A manager can lose his job. The team can change completely. You can be sold. It doesn't wait for you.
Will Wenger give him a full match here to get him up to pace, do you think?
I think there'll be a lot of changes on the hour mark. And I just think both teams will do that naturally, being a pre-season friendly. I'd like to see him just get a few more chances. That maybe if he can find someone from the bench to go out 15 minutes, see what Lacazette can do, give him a chance, see if he can get going.
I'd like to see Lacazette and Giroud, because Giroud's more physical.
Giroud not in the squad today, but Welbeck's on the bench, so they could bring him on.
Yeah, he could bring him on, because against the likes of Chelsea, all big, strong defenders, I think they could dovetail pretty well.
Yeah, he's got an incredible first touch. He wants to flick things and get things and then get on the turn and get the other side of people. He does that really well. And he's very right-footed, so if you don't get him them chances, he's not going to spin and turn and create something for himself. He needs to be having people feed him to go the other side of the defence.
And Bakayoko's a big sign for Chelsea. Where do you see him fitting into this team?
Alongside Kante. And they're going to be an absolute rock protecting a very solid back four anyway, or back three, whatever Chelsea are going to play. Them to disrupt the opposition, rob the ball, keep it, and then move it to their better skillful players. I think it's a fantastic sign for Chelsea.
Absolutely, did so well for Monaco last season, getting to the Champions League semi-final.
I know, poor old Monaco, and the whole team ripped apart. And, hey, we're going to look back years in the future and look back at a Monaco team that they all played together, all their great players that had. And luckily, we're going to see a lot of them in the Premier League this year.
And Antonio Rudiger, £31 million from Roma. They've not been shy to spend this summer.
Well, they needed a centre-half. Obviously, John Terry moved on. And Zuma had a long-term injury, so he's going to go probably out on loan somewhere. They needed another centre-half. And obviously, Antonio Conte has identified Rudiger as a bit of a player that he can do a job for Chelsea.
And Lamar possibly linked for Arsenal, Kevin. I mean, Wenger might be thinking he's got to get his chequebook out after watching that first half.
Yeah, well, Lamar's a fantastic talent. For me, he's
What can we expect for him? How do you see him linking up with Lacazette?
I'd like them to be a little bit more direct, where they could hit him and Lacazette could feed off the bits. You know, that for me is how it really Arsenal get effective in this game, because Chelsea have had it easy at the back.
I'd like to see someone push on David Luiz. Get on the final defender. That creates space for other people.
We'll wait and see. Thank you. Let's rejoin our commentary team, Matthew Upson and Sam Matterface.
Well, no team has retained the title since Manchester United did so in 2009. Chelsea will be hoping to do that. Antonio Conte certainly made a habit of it at Juventus. And we have an administrative error which is causing problems for Arsenal. As Selina mentioned, on the official team sheet that was given out in the stadium, Olivier Giroud is not in the squad for Arsenal. He is not listed, and which is why the Chinese officials are protesting about his involvement. Vic Akers, who is down there trying to negotiate and sort it out. Arsene Wenger getting a little bit animated too. He's talking to the officials. I wonder whether or not maybe Lacazette is already on the team bus or had his shower in his club suit, in which case they might have to go and get him back into his kit again. Certainly there has been a problem with the administration here. He doesn't look too fussed about it.
Arsene Wenger looks upset, I have to say. He's not pleased that Olivier Giroud may not be able to get any action in this game. You know, it's a player that he will want to give some game time to. You know, he's travelled out there, he's there for the matches. Whoever made the error might be getting the sharp end of his tongue at some point.
I did hear Vic Akers at one stage turning around saying it wasn't me. Arsene Wenger's certainly not looking happy. We've almost had a 20-minute half-time. Well, the officials have now conceded. It's okay, you know, it doesn't matter too much. You can go on and play. I mean, I was talking about being a stickler for the rules. They're underway in the second half eventually, and Arsenal do have 11 men on the pitch. They have a lot of... different men on the pitch to those who started the game. It would be wrong of me to try and unpick that immediately. We will do our best to try and work out the shape of the team. You can see Francis Coquelin then. This is Oxlade-Chamberlain, who has survived from the first half. Ramsey is still out there too. Looking to try and squeeze the ball into the path. Danny Welbeck, who is another change at half-time.
Yeah, Arsenal really do need to change something second half, and they have done. So Giroud's going to push higher up the pitch. He's going to try and put a bit of pressure on David Luiz and in between the three centre-backs and be a bit more physical. And it's interesting to see how Chelsea stand up to the challenge.
Jeremy Boga trying to play his way into the Chelsea first-team squad. Darting forward, he was held up by Coquelin. It's a round of applause from his manager.
See, Coquelin's already tried to inject a bit of spice into this game. He started the game with some real intent. You know, he's got about the pitch, made a couple of tackles, and that one there, I mean, both feet off the ground and through the air.
When you're watching it in slow motion, it looks rather uncontrolled, but he got away with it. Because Arsenal's job next season is to try and get back in the Champions League. Competition for both these teams is going to be incredibly fierce. Spurs, Liverpool, two Manchester clubs, Everton investing as well. Ramsey looking for Giroud, and it was a really good ball in from Aaron Ramsey, and the Frenchman was inches away from connecting in between the two Chelsea centre-backs, finding the space and sniffing out the chance.
I cannot understand why Giroud hasn't gone with a head. It doesn't make sense to me why he's tried to volley that. Maybe he felt he's too...
Moses, it ended up coming to an Arsenal player first. Here's Batshuayi. Slipped by him. Fabregas adding some composure. Picking out a beautiful pass for Marcus Alonso, who leaves Oxlade-Chamberlain on the floor. Alonso, and it's hit beautifully by Michy Batshuayi. It's 3 goals for Chelsea, and Arsenal's defence are having a China crisis. A second goal on the night for the man who may end up being backup to the record signing, but he will be breathing down his neck.
Excellent ball from Fabregas, I must say. Really put Arsenal on the back foot, and Chamberlain doesn't get the brakes on well enough there. Maybe the pitch has something to do with that, but take nothing away from that finish. Arriving on the edge of the box, it's a nice way to pass here from Alonso, and just to sweep that with his left foot with a bit of bend on it. Nice pace, really controlled strike, outstanding finish, and a well-needed goal for him.
Didn't have the greatest start to the second half, did he, either? The administrative error which held Arsenal up. The changes that he's made haven't had time to settle before Chelsea have extended their lead.
I think what's alarming is the ease at which Chelsea are getting through to Arsenal here. You know, it's a simple turnover and one long ball, and all of a sudden they're on the back foot and conceding a goal.
Giroud cut out by Chelsea, just didn't quite work for them. Another half-time substitution in Said Kolasinac, new signing. Left full-back, it might spell the end of Kieran Gibbs's tenure at Arsenal. He looks to be heading to Watford. That ball popped down to the sky with ease by Willy Caballero. We've often said it about Arsenal, but they've been a bit naive at times too, haven't they? Giving the ball away cheaply, leaving themselves a bit open.
Extremely naive, and bad individual errors alongside that, you know, lead to real vulnerability at the back. And Chelsea just looking total control of this match, and you feel that when the ball turns over, especially in the middle of the park, that they can really break on Arsenal.
It's actually quite frightening how in control Chelsea look, really, when you think that this is their first pre-season game outside of Cobham.
Absolutely. You know, it's alarming. It's alarming the ease at which they're knocking the ball around. I don't see Arsenal really, you know, 3-0 down, getting after the ball and pressing with any organisation or intensity.
I just wonder if that stomach bug, which caused them so many problems in midweek, has caused them problems again today.
Yeah, it can definitely be a factor, and you know, playing with a stomach bug in this environment, it's not easy.
Here's Özil trying to get away from Cahill and Marcos Alonso, running out of room. Well, they do have things to sort out, don't they? His contract is one of them. Would you give him £280,000 a week?
In a straight answer, probably not. No, I wouldn't. I don't think I could. I don't think there's been just quite enough from him. I think he's an outstanding talent, but to watch and to see him week in, week out, you just can't help but feel that you want more from him. And he almost kind of leaves you wanting more, which perhaps is good in some way, because he can do some great things when you feel that, you know, it's not quite everything that he has. But to not put it out on the pitch there often enough for me, I think to warrant that contract, you've got to do a little bit more.
The lack of takers as well sort of signifies that others feel the same way. Here's Koscielny. Oxlade-Chamberlain. This is Coquelin. Vogel was rising, didn't quite get there, and Koscielny's joined the attack now. Chelsea do eventually deal with it, but here is Mesut Özil again. No doubt that he has the talent to craft some cracking opportunities. His assist record itself underlines that talent. There's some problems for El Neni. Batshuayi's trying to get a hat-trick as pulled him down. Mohamed El Neni wanted a yellow card for Batshuayi there. I don't think the Chinese official was forthcoming.
Yeah, he wasn't happy, was he? To signal for a yellow in this match at that opportunity. It's a foul. You know, he doesn't make much contact with Batshuayi there, but he got given the foul. I think that's enough to pick yourself up and get on with the game. Signaling for yellow cards in that situation seems a bit crazy.
Danny Welbeck trying to get around the outside of Akbilikuwaita. The pitch was against him there too. As you can see, the multiple changes have been scrolling across the bottom of your screen. This season, it's always like this. Changes here and there, and players popping up in different positions. It's all part of the experiment to get things right before the start of the Premier League campaign. These two will play in the Community Shield as well. Here's Welbeck, and it's right on the edge of the penalty area, this. A free kick for Arsenal in a dangerous area.
Really good flick from Giroud to create the opportunity, but yeah, I'd say David Luiz has got a little bit tight there. He's got a little bit tight to Welbeck and tried to roll him out and had to make contact. He's lucky it's just outside the box, because I don't think Luiz really did know whether he was in or outside. But Giroud really created the chance with that lovely little flick round the corner.
I'm sure Olivier Giroud would have been a little bit miffed when Lacazette turned up as the record signing. He's always felt as if he should be Arsenal's main man in that central striking position. He's been linked with Borussia Dortmund, although that looks unlikely with Aubameyang looking as if he's going to stay. He's been linked with Everton too. And he's still very much wearing the red and white of Arsenal. And he's taking charge of this free kick situation. Ramsey is alongside him. They're arguing about it between the two of them. Chelsea's wall is being sent back. Caballero trying to get the attention of Marcos Alonso.
I can't help but feel that Welbeck will be most affected by Lacazette. I just feel that in style, how they are, Giroud's a very different style to him. And if Arsene Wenger wants to have a different approach at times, then he fits that role.
Well, he's on now, standing over the ball. Adam Ramsey is too. Marcos Alonso's getting another warning. It's going to be Ramsey, or is it Giroud through the wall? No. Tries to disguise it. In the end, it's come to nothing. El Neni playing in Özil's onside here. Can he produce a cross? Oh, it's through.
Back should make better contact, but I'm not sure if Caballero just gets a bit of a no. Doesn't get any fingertip to it.
Important contribution from Olivier Giroud in the build-up to that as well. Seeing the ball fizz across the 18-yard box and prodding it back to the edge of the penalty area. Interesting decision from Willy Caballero, again kicking it into midfield where there were a lot of red shirts outnumbering blue ones. This is Boga. Came on as a first-half substitute for Pedro. He's done well to keep his feet and find the pass for Alonso. Conte. Fabregas looking for Moses. Moses might kick this in, he does, and Kolasinac manages to position himself in the right area to get it clear. Ramsey's in front of him, trying to brush Conte aside. Ramsey. Now Giroud again. Özil waiting in the centre. Giroud into the gloves of Willy Caballero.
Nice touch from Giroud. You have to say that he's had an impact since coming on at half-time. I think he's led the line. I think he's put a little bit more pressure on the Chelsea back three and pulling into good areas to attack and affect the play.
Who got clattered in that attempt from Olivier Giroud is back and moving again. One thing that Arsenal do need to sort out is that midfield conundrum. They have a lot of players who play in that area. They haven't seemed to settle on a duo. Here's Giroud, given away by Chelsea, who have been a bit sloppy at the start of this second half. It's going 3 goals up, in fact. They're giving it away more often than they did in the prior 50 minutes. Coquelin snapping into the tackle. A bit more about Arsenal now. Well back. Iwobi. Oxlade-Chamberlain. Now on to Özil, and Oxlade-Chamberlain again. 3 waiting for the delivery. Now Oxlade-Chamberlain again. Chelsea still not able to get it clear. Iwobi wanted to get it onto his right foot, then tried to set up Coquelin, and just weren't sure enough with the touch. And Boga leads the charge away, and he's got the pace and the trickery to get away. He's won the free kick.
I've been impressed with him since he came on for Pedro. Boga, he's been very direct. He'll run at people with the ball. He's released it at good times, and you know that opportunity with Pedro going off is giving him a chance to get some game time, and he's fully grabbing that opportunity.
Got away from El Neni, and Ospina is to the rescue. It was pretty simple, that. Long ball from Luiz and almost finished off by Willian. Here's Boga. Such good feet. And winning the foul on the edge of the penalty area. You can see why he was so highly rated in the Chelsea academy, can't you?
Definitely, definitely. His footwork. And what's impressed me that he has released the ball at good times. You know, he's done a little bit. He's stepped past somebody and then he's popped it off if he needs to. He's not being too greedy with the ball. And he commits defenders, which is always a problem. Just looking at Arsenal's vulnerability there again with a good ball from David Luiz, but it's quite a long, straight pass. You just feel like that they're so vulnerable when Chelsea decide to push the button and play a forward pass or try and carve them open. They're getting success far too easily.
Remember Marcus Alonso hitting a wicked free kick against Bournemouth towards the end of last season. Scoring against Leicester as well. Willian takes a mean free kick too, but it is Alonso. Conte. Back in by Fabregas, who always got that deft little touch to try and find the blue shirt. Moses. This is Willian losing his footing, and then eventually the free kick does go his way.
Lovely footwork from Willian. Just the speed of his foot movement. When you see him and Pedro playing on either flank or Hazard, you know, for any team to have those three players to play in those positions, it's just a great asset.
I was spending a lot of time last week in preparation for this game going through the squads of the two teams, and Chelsea really do look as if they have a great first 11, but the backup isn't as experienced as maybe Antonio Conte would like. But you know, they might not have a full complement, but they do have in Conte a manager who's got a stunning work ethic and someone who's got more plans than an architect. He's got such great tactical nous that he knows how to communicate it to his players, and you can see that. Over again, he's grabbing the limelight here, flicking it out to Willian. Good feet again by the Brazilian. Kolasinac couldn't get anywhere near him. Batshuayi benefits from the pinball. Marcos Alonso takes on Oneni, takes on a shot which was never really going to trouble David Ospina. And we've got some more live football for you coming up. Europa League action for you on Thursday night. ITV4, we're underway at 7:30. And it's Everton against Rosenborg for a place in the latter stages of the Europa League. They have this qualifying round to play, Everton, before a play-off to get into the group stage. 4 games to take them into the main competition. With the signings that they have made, they should be looking to go deeper into that competition. I was fortunate to travel with them a couple of years ago when they got all the way to the last 16 of the Europa League under Roberto Martinez. And they found themselves in a great position against Dinamo Kiev and then gave it away. We'll see how they get on Thursday. Here's Alonso, lovely cross. Victor Moses tries to bring it down and ends up hitting against the...
Yeah, maybe a better option to kind of square the ball or cut it back to somebody on the edge of the box. There's people arriving. I can see, I think it's Bogart just on the penalty spot. Maybe a bit of movement for him to receive the ball, but a good block from Ramsey, I think it was, got back in the end. But again, Arsenal, ball into the box, just looking dangerous again.
Here's Boga looking for Alonso, and it's nodded back by Coquelin. Giroud running into traffic. Doing well enough to keep Arsenal in possession, though. It's excellent work by the Frenchman. Özil, Giroud. Still Olivier Giroud. It didn't make Caballero sweat. As you say, he has had an impact since coming on at half-time. Almost wasn't allowed to come on at half-time. Having 2 players wide of the penalty area, very, very deep, obviously with the intent to play out from the back, no matter the circumstance. It's benefited them this time. Here's Boga. They move through the third so quickly, Chelsea. This is Boga again. Fabregas. Now Alonso. Batshuayi waiting in the centre. Whoops.
It's a very different setup from last season with Chelsea, from what I can remember. And very Man City-esque with Caballero in there, and the centre halves drop very wide of the 18-yard box.
Lewis Baker, one of 4 substitutes that Chelsea are just about to make. A few changes for Arsenal as well. Joseph Willock has just come on. He'll go into midfield. I saw Reece Nelson come in at right wing back as well. I think he's at the bottom of your screen, just left of centre. Lewis Baker is the first of the Chelsea substitutes. He comes on for Willian. Baker was away with the England under-21 side. He was pivotal in their run to the semi-finals, the European Championships. Probably would be helpful to see the substitutions rather than a raft of very significant replays, but can't have everything. Wearing Tamori, another one who will be relatively well known to England supporters who have watched some of the youth tournaments over the summer. As part of the England side that won the World Cup. Chelsea have also brought Kennedy on. They'll play as a left wing back instead of Marcus Alonso. He's wearing 16. Here is Kennedy. And he's thrown himself to the floor rather dramatically. I think it was pretty obvious from this distance he wasn't going to get a free kick from that.
Yeah, he really tried to use, I think it was Elneny went to ground and very conveniently dived over his body, which gladly the referee didn't pay any attention to.
And the Chelsea forward, wearing 18 by the way, is not in your picture at the moment with his hair tied back, is Loic Remy. Getting it away. And now Baker sends Remy down the right-hand side. He was at Palace on loan last season. Didn't work out for him. Still got the ball here. And that didn't work out for him either.
Didn't use that to the best of its ability, that chance. It was a good opportunity, but again, Chelsea gaining possession and looking so dangerous with that first pass, really cutting through Arsenal and getting the ball in behind or into space. And Remick really should do better with that opportunity. Even bring somebody into play, or at least keep the ball alive and in the danger area.
This is Reece Nelson. Did okay against Bayern Munich. Was impressive in the game in Sydney as well. This is Tamori. Fabregas. 18 minutes to go. Chelsea still fully in command despite all of the changes, and they're slowing up since they scored that third goal. Conte, Boga, Conte again. Fabregas. Oh, it's a really good take. Super take. And almost finished off too. What a great run that was. From right back from Fikayo Tomori.
Fantastic pass as well, Fabregas, first time, a little bit of fade on it. What a first touch, I must say. It totally made the chance, and it was worthy of a goal, that first touch. It was positive and aggressive.
Well, you ask the question regularly, when are these Chelsea kids going to come through? Could this be the year?
Hopefully it'd be great. It'd be great to see a few come through and really establish themselves. I don't just mean be squad players, really establish themselves as a starting 11 first team member.
Tamori, actually, on the top of your picture, was the captain of the Canada under-20 side that beat England about 18 months ago, switched allegiances and was part of the England under-20 side that won the World Cup. Can play for Nigeria internationally as well. Kolasinac. This is Willock. Nelson. On to Coquelin. Nelson again trying to face up Kennedy. And then Jeremy Bogle will get it away. Very quickly onto that, and Baker could be away here. He's pulled back by Kolasinac, and you don't see a yellow card too often in these pre-season friendlies, but you might see one here.
The referee has no choice really if he's going to referee the game properly. It has to be a yellow card. He just gets the wrong side of him there, but it's all made from Kante's aggressive decision to go and win the ball. You know, he's first on any ball that drops down in that area of the pitch. He is on it in a shot, and then to make an aggressive pass forwards like that, it's just outstanding midfield play.
And Lewis Baker was onto it in a shot. It was the wrong side of Saïd Kolasinac, who they signed from Schalke 04 at the end of last season, actually. And a little drinks break and some more substitutions. A chance for Doniel Malen. He moved to Arsenal 2 years ago from Ajax, a Dutch forward, to get a chance for the last 15 minutes of the game. Chelsea going to make some more changes too. Mario Pasalic wearing 39 and Thomas Callas wearing 32. Pasalic has been linked with Leeds recently. He spent last season actually at AC Milan. He made 24 starts for AC Milan in Serie A. Played for Monaco. Now Real Betis have been interested in taking him too. What does he learn from the 76 minutes that he's seen in the Bird's Nest?
He'll be definitely looking at the shape that he's played, the shape that he played in the FA Cup final, seeing how that's worked. Will tell a lot from the fitness of the players and also their application, you know, in these type of games. It's all about mentally what you want to get out of the game individually, and, you know, questions will be asked on that front.
Arsenal have changed their goalkeeper now. Wearing 26 is Emi Martinez. You would have seen him throughout the course of the season. Last year he played a few games when Rodacek and Ospina were injured. Batshuayi and Williams. Third is finished, and so is N'Golo Kanté's. So another 4 changes for Chelsea, it looks like. Andreas Christensen is coming on. We mentioned Pasalic and Callas. And Jake Clark-Salter as well. Callas, Christensen and Clark-Salter will now make up the Chelsea back 3. Kayu Tomori up on the right-hand side. At one stage, I'm sure this is the... I think the back 5 that played in one of the Youth Cup games a few years ago. Christensen's been on loan at Borussia Mönchengladbach for a couple of years and played in the Champions League. Callas has been out all over the place. He was at Fulham last season, Middlesbrough the year before. Reports are that he might be linked with Hull. Here's Loic Remy trying to go through. Offside flag is up.
Christensen, you feel like has gone and had a really good loan spell in Germany, and is at the point where he needs to go and play regularly and sign somewhere and be relied upon. And it's just surprising how many of these Chelsea players are kind of scattered across Europe, in Europe's top leagues, and having, you know, good seasons, solid seasons, but again nowhere near the first team at Chelsea.
Carl Scott is wearing 36 and he's in Chelsea's midfield now too. Onside Pasalic. This is Boga. It virtually is a youth team now with Loic Remy, or graduates from the youth team and Loic Remy. That's Clark-Salter. And This is Christensen. Reports yesterday that Christensen was being eyed up by Sevilla for £13.4 million. Chelsea, I don't think, can afford to go into the season with another centre-back line after losing Zuma to Stoke City.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens there, because from his personal point of view, you know, to keep his development happening, he needs to go and play. And what a good club to go and play in. Sevilla, you know, a very successful team at the moment. And, you know, that's come off the back of 2 seasons of football in Germany where he's been outstanding.
Chelsea fans will be hoping that he sticks around. He's playing in the middle of the back three there. Just keeping an eye on Olivier Giroud. This is El Neni. It's a game that started really brightly, and at the start of the second half, Chelsea just took it away from Arsenal. Despite a brief flurry after that, Arsenal haven't really shown many signs of getting back into the game.
The closest they've come for me is when Chelsea have made a few scruffy errors and given away possession poorly, but in terms of creating a lot of goal-scoring opportunities through their own creative play, you know, it's something that Arsenal won't be best pleased with today.
Looks like the kit sales are going okay, doesn't it?
Definitely. One major positive out of the afternoon.
Daniel Mallon trying to get the ball into the centre. It's straight into the arms of Willy Caballero. It does amaze me, actually, that almost everyone inside the stadium, at least 80% of the people inside the stadium, are wearing replica kits.
It does make you wonder if they actually are Chelsea or Arsenal fans, really, or whether it was just a stipulation of the game to go, you have to buy one of the coloured shirts.
Don't be a cynic. It's a stadium that holds 80,000 people, and it's probably about 70–75% full. It's a pretty good return. I'm sure the organisers will be delighted. Has picked out Danny Welbeck. Tomori across very quickly to snuff out the danger. Carl Scott. Getting it back again. This is Baker. Now, I've seen a lot of these young players come through the ranks at Chelsea by doing the Youth Cup here on ITV. And they looked as if they were a step away from the first team for quite some while, but a lot of them have gone out on loan and then come back again, and they look bigger, they look stronger, they look like they're a lot closer to breaking through than they have been in the past.
Definitely, and you know, Chelsea are really using that loan, especially into other European leagues. They're strongly using the loan facility to develop their players as opposed to bringing them through their own first team. You know, it's just them making that final step into such a strong squad that Chelsea have. You know, it's a real challenge for these young players.
Nelson. Allen trying to get on the end of it, and Christensen deals with it by putting it out for a corner. By Nelson looking for Giroud. Tomori was there again. Thought it was going to run out of play, and then made sure that it did.
But I don't think the pitch was helping him out there. I think he thought he was somewhere else at that point, and the ball was just going to glide on out of play. But on this grass, it's going to stick a little bit.
Remy, I wonder what the future holds for him. Gets a lucky bounce, leads another Chelsea charge, picked up by Kennedy. Baker is steaming away on the left-hand side. The heavy touch from Kennedy just pushed it too far in front of him and allowed Kolasinac to come across and get rid of it.
Yeah, just a heavy touch. You felt that a better touch would have really given Kolasinac a problem. It just made his mind up. The moment he had that heavy touch, he came across and tidied up really well.
Giroud. Nelson. A lot of the younger Arsenal players will get the opportunity to play a bit more this season as well, won't they? With the Europa League campaign upcoming, they're going to be used, apparently, according to Arsene Wenger. He said he's going to use the kids in that competition. Here's Giroud, onside. Couldn't quite return it to Danny Welbeck. Is that the right philosophy for you?
To a degree, I think there's a blend and a balance between using those players. A, for them, you know, that they need to be around senior players during the game to support them and to support their positional play. And B, because any trophy that you enter into, I think you want to win. So there's a fine balance between giving that game experience and really wanting to win the trophy too.
Baker trying to pick out Jeremy Boga, who coming from that left-hand side. Willock. All of his brothers are professional footballers. Matty is at Manchester United. Chris Willock, who was in the Arsenal academy, has just signed a 5-year contract with Benfica.
So all three of them.
Bet mum and dad are happy. This is Nelson, skipping past Kennedy, still going. Mallon. It's the outside of the post. Big chance that for Arsenal. Maybe their best of the second half.
Nice wing play, I have to say. The moment you get in that positive mindset as a wide player, when you see that space and you drive into it and you attack it, he's ran straight at the defender, got past him. Bit of a lucky pass into, but you have to say, if the ball doesn't land with Arsenal, it's a near penalty. I think, you know, he really committed the defender.
Boga dispossessed, picked up by Koscielny. Giroud, that could have gone anywhere. Jake Clark sort of playing it against Olivier Giroud. Ricocheting behind and away for a goal kick.
Koscielny really read the play brilliantly there. Stepped in front, stole the ball, and yeah, crowded out Giroud. You only feel that the only opportunity he had to get a shot on goal was maybe to strike it first time, but the ball came so quickly. It was a difficult opportunity.
Next season for Kennedy. Did play a bit in the season before last for Chelsea. Quite a few first-team games, actually. 23 first-team games in total for the man who is named after, the former USA. Christian has got a whack. Chelsea still face Inter Milan and Bayern Munich on this tour. Inter have obviously been continually linked with nabbing their manager. I wonder if Antonio Rudiger will play in that game. He's going to join up with the squad, just like Alvaro Morata, in the next couple of days. Next weekend, Arsenal host the Emirates Cup. Benfica involved in that too. This is Remy. No real punch in the strike, but he has won a corner.
Two good signings for Chelsea. I feel going to bring a lot to the team and to the squad. I was impressed with Rudiger in the Confederations Cup. You know, come through the German system and well equipped to playing in that way and the structure of how they play. I think it would be a good addition to Chelsea.
Lewis Baker with the corner kick. Fielded by Nelson. Tomori getting it back to Kennedy. either of these two managers looked upon this 90 minutes and thought, yeah, you've stood out for me, I'll make sure you're included next season?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of young players. I think the one person that has stood out for me is Bogut.
Jeremy Boga.
Yeah, Bogut. I think he's just took the opportunity of Pedro going off, and sometimes it needs something like that as a young player. It needs an opportunity due to an injury or something happening in the game, and he's given a good account of himself. He can cope with this level, he can handle the ball well, he's decisive, he's ran at people, and looks like he has plenty of pace. So I think he'll come away from this game, Antonio Conte, and think, you know, I've got a good player on my hands there.
Arsenal have got a tricky campaign with the Europa League upcoming for them. First time they haven't played in the Champions League in a generation. Most of the young players that will play in the Europa League for them probably won't remember Arsenal ever playing in the second European competition. Thomas Callas has given away a corner here. He's protesting about it, but the referee has made his mind up. 3 minutes of added time at the end of the 90. Pre-season games always start to fracture a little bit with the multiple substitutions in the second half. So it certainly just fizzled out a little bit.
It's very hard for a match to keep its identity when you make that many changes. You always do end up with a little bit of dysfunctional finish to the game.
Iwobi. Still trying to take advantage of that. He's going to play the whole 90 minutes, Alex Iwobi. Did score a very late equaliser in the game against Bayern Munich. Take it to penalty kicks. It's Welbeck. Pasalic just getting across to stop Arsenal from coming forward. Iwobi again. Tamori is there. And now a chance to break for Baker. Jeremy Boga taking on Coquelin. He's dragged Chelsea right up the pitch here, Boga. Joseph Willock has to come across and rob him of possession in the end.
Yeah, another example of how direct he can be. And I just think for a young player to have the confidence to run at people and try and take his team up the pitch, I think it's a big asset. And if you saw it said Moses was not unable to play one week and you had to slot him into that position, I think he'd hold his own and do well for the team.
Scott. And he was ready to make a move forward. Scott again. To launch it forward to Baker, who loves to get forward quickly. And he's done well, and he's been nobbled. And that's going to be a free kick right on the edge of the penalty area by Lauren Koscielny.
Didn't quite get the clearance right from the lofted ball. Koscielny. It was a difficult one. He had to adjust his position and didn't get the purchase on the ball in order to clear it. And just dropped down in that area to force him to make a foul.
Don't be surprised if Lewis Baker takes charge of this free kick. I think he's got a chance of breaking into the first-team squad this season, Lewis Baker, after having a little European tour of his own. He played a couple of seasons at Vitesse Arnhem. He's obviously done very well whenever he's turned out for the England age groups. Martinez, the Argentine goalkeeper for Arsenal, just lining up his wall. Callas and Pasalic trying to disrupt that. And Giroud at the forefront of it. It's Lewis Baker for Chelsea. It's one for the cameras as far as the save is concerned by Emi Martinez. It was easy to pluck it out of the sky. And it was a good 90 minutes work for Chelsea. Some work to do for Arsenal, especially defensively, but I think Chelsea will certainly come away the more satisfied of the two teams. Antonio Conte picks up as he left off at the end of last season. Chelsea winning again. A little bit of revenge maybe for the FA Cup final. They may not be perfectly in tune just yet, either of these two teams, but they certainly got got through the 90 minutes. Chelsea go home the happier. It's finished in Beijing, with analysis to come in the next few minutes. Chelsea 3, Arsenal 0.
I'm sorry.
At first I was afraid, I was petrified. I kept thinking I'd never live without you by my side. But then I spent so
Renault Capture, crossover by Renault. Renault Cross.